Hello and welcome back to the Yours and Old FoMoCo Iron YouTube channel. My name is Adrian Clements, and today in video number 21 we're going to solve the mystery behind this 1966 Ford Fairlane GT two-door hardtop with 1966 Michigan manufacturer's tag number 13M-353. This car was one of FoMoCo's test mules used for development of the 1967 Ford and Mercury Intermediate 427 program. We'll see photos of the car from 1966. We'll review the article entitled 427 Wedge Shot from the July 1966 issue of Hot Rod magazine that featured this very car. And we'll see some internal period FoMoCo documents related to this car. Finally, we'll review relevant period FoMoCo literature and go through a full decode of the car's VIN and known production data. Let's get started. These photos show a 66 Fairlane GT two-door hardtop wearing 1966 Michigan manufacturer's tag number 13M-353. They were all taken at Ford Motor Company's Dearborn Proving Grounds, located at the northwest corner of the Southfield Freeway and Rotunda Drive in Dearborn, Michigan. Based on the somewhat green grass and largely leafless trees in the background, these photos were likely taken in the early spring of 1966. The 14-inch white sidewall tires on the car were standard equipment for the 1966 Fairlane GT and GTA. Please note that a Fairlane GT became a Fairlane GTA when the optional Sport Shift Cruise-O-Matic 3-speed automatic transmission was ordered. The regular production options, or RPOs, identifiable on this car from the photos are as follows. Number 1. Night Mist Blue paint, a dark blue metallic color that is color code K. Number 2. A blue bucket seat interior with console, which is trim code 82. Number 3, a push-button transistorized AM radio and antenna, and we know it's an AM radio because there was no optional AM/FM radio available in the 1966 Fairlane lineup. Number 4, full wheel covers that were standard equipment on the 1966 Fairlane 500XL, Fairlane GT, and Fairlane GTA, FoMoCo part number C6OZ-1130-C. Non-RPO equipment on this car are, number 1, a removable 1966 Fairlane 500 fiberglass 427 hood with a large leading-edge functional air scoop, FoMoCo part number C6OX-16610-A. Number 2, 4 hood mounting posts and hood pin retainers, FoMoCo part number C6OX-16B876-A. And number 3, red 427 fender flags, FoMoCo part numbers C6AZ-16228-F for the right-hand side and C6AZ-16229-C for the left-hand side. Blazoned across the top of the front cover of the July 1966 issue of Hot Rod magazine was the following teaser. Scoop! Ford's new street Fairlane with the big 427. First report on the wildest car Ford ever built for you. Test and tech analysis by Eric Dahlquist. Inside the magazine on page 72 we find an article entitled 427 Wedge Shot with this tagline. In today's Titleist play, the National Sales Championship is decided both on and off the course. The new Street Fairlane puts Ford right next to the pin. The top and bottom images on the page are black and white photos of the same car shown in the color photos already seen. The car is visually identical, right down to the 1966 Michigan manufacturer's tag number 13M-353. The article text begins on page 73. The photo in the upper left-hand corner shows my friend Bill Holbrook of FoMoCo's Performance and Economy section on the left, and driver Rolf Kvamme removing the fiberglass hood to reveal the engine compartment with its R-code 427 cubic inch 425 horsepower V8 engine topped by dual 4-barrel carburetors and an oval air cleaner. I had the good fortune to meet Bill and his wife Bev and become friends when I lived in the greater Detroit area from 2000 to 2016. At the monthly Old Ford Racers luncheons in Livonia that Bill used to organize, I was constantly regaled with story after story of the antics that Bill and his coworkers got up to in Ford's X-Garage in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. Sadly, Bill passed away in October 2017. The upper right-hand photo shows the blue bucket seat and console interior of the 1966 Fairlane GT two-door hardtop test car, which is completely stock other than a 0 to 9,000 RPM tachometer secured to the upper right quadrant of the steering column. Looking at the 1966 photos at the beginning of the video, I was initially thinking that this car's interior was black, trim code 86, but it's really tough to tell black from blue in that lighting. But this interior photo convinced me that the interior was in fact blue, trim code 82. The dash pad, steering column, and front of the console look too light to me to be black. So I'm thinking blue, trim code 82. What do you think? Is the interior black or blue? Please note that both of these interior colors with Night Mist Blue paint had a white racing stripe, so there's no help there. Let us know your thoughts by leaving a comment below. Let's see what the community votes. Black or blue, what say you? Thanks, that should be neat. The lower left-hand photo shows a close-up of the hood mounting post and hood pin on the front driver's side of the fiberglass hood, while the lower right-hand photo shows the 13M-353 license plate and smoke billowing from the right-hand rear tire only, so that means no locking differential in this car. I'll keep this page up for 5 seconds now so you can pause the video and read the article text if you so desire. The article continues on page 74 with a beautiful close-up photo of the R-Code 427 8-barrel V8 engine in the upper right-hand corner. When I showed this article to Bill in the 2010s, he pointed out that the dual 4-barrel carburetors are actually installed backwards, with the fuel supply on the driver's side instead of the passenger side. I'll keep this page up for 5 seconds now so you can pause the video and read the article text. The article continues on page 75 with underneath photos of the car. Of particular note here are the front disc brakes in the upper left-hand photo that were added to the car from the 1966 Mustang RPO list. Disc brakes were not available on the Fairlane lineup until the 1967 model year. I'll keep this page up for 5 seconds now so you can pause the video and read the article text. The article concludes on page 118. The last paragraph is key to understanding the purpose of the test car driven in the article. It reads, "The 427 Fairlane will be available in 2-door, 500 2-door, 500 2-door hardtop, and XL 2-door hardtop models, also with a dual 4, 8-barrel, setup or a single quad, also A/S. Plans call for an initial batch of 50 such cars to be built at the Atlanta assembly plant. Sorry gang, they're all spoken for. But if demand is great enough, you people out in HRM land could change all this. Don't shout, send money." Perhaps you already know that there were a total of 57 1966 Fairlane 500 two-door hardtops, body serial code 43 and body style code 63B, built at the Atlanta assembly plant in Hapeville, Georgia, around March 1966, with the R-Code 427 8-barrel 425 horsepower V8 engine. They were all Wimbledon white. These cars were built for drag racing only and could be purchased solely for that purpose. This article concludes by stating that the W-Code 427 4-barrel 410 horsepower V8 engine and the R-Code 427 8-barrel 425 horsepower V8 engine would be available in the 1967 Fairlane Club Coupe, a 2-door sedan, Fairlane 500 Club Coupe, again a 2-door sedan, Fairlane 500 two-door hardtop, and Fairlane 500 XL two-door hardtop. It says that initially 50 units will be built in Atlanta, and then encourages readers to send money to have more built for public use. As it turns out, more than 200 67 Ford intermediates and more than 50 67 Mercury intermediates with the W-code and R-code engines were produced during the 1967 model year, but all of them were built at the Lorain Assembly Plant in Lorain, Ohio, not Atlanta. So, this Night Mist Blue 1966 Fairlane GT two-door hardtop with the R-code 427 8-barrel up front was a test mule for the 1967 Fairlane and Comet 427 program. In an ironic twist, this 427 test mule is a Fairlane GT two-door hardtop, a model in which the 427 engine was not available for 1967. I'll keep this page up for 5 seconds now so you can pause the video and read the article text. This FoMoCo internal stock vehicle activity report for cars on hand in the Detroit area is dated June 1st, 1966, the month before the July 1966 cover date of the Hot Rod magazine article just reviewed. The first vehicle listed in the Fairlane section is a GT two-door hardtop with VIN 6H40S102301, a 390 4-barrel engine, 4-speed manual transmission, blue night in color, with 1966 license plate 13M-353 and brass tag number 306T986 that was used for Fairlane 427 engine development. Amazingly, this entry is the very car in the color photos seen at the beginning of the video and in the Hot Rod magazine article. This Special Vehicles Activity Stock Vehicles Department report for Car Reconciliation Detroit area is dated December 1966, and on the first line of the Fairlane section provides the same information about VIN 6840S102301 as the previous report. These reports confirm the conclusion from the Hot Rod magazine article that this Night Mist Blue 1966 Fairlane GT two-door hardtop with the R-code 427 8-barrel engine up front was a test mule for the 1967 Fairlane and Comet 427 program. I don't know what became of this car after Bill Holbrook and his group were done with it. I would expect that once the car became surplus, the R-code 427 8-barrel 425 horsepower V8 engine would have been pulled for use in another 427 project car, and the original or a replacement 390 Thunderbird Special V8 would have been reinstalled or installed. Then the car would have gone to Ford's B lot for sale as a used company vehicle. Who knows, this car could be lurking in a Detroit area garage as you watch this video right now. If you have any information about 6H40S102301, please contact me at adrian.clements@me.com. Thank you. Pages 4 and 5 of the 1966 Fairlane sales catalog, published in August 1965, provide information about the Fairlane GT and GTA two-door hardtop and convertible. Like the 1966 Mercury Comet Cyclone GT two-door hardtop reviewed in video number 20, the 1966 Fairlane GT and GTA came standard with the S-Code 390 Thunderbird Special V8 engine, a 390 cubic inch V8 with a 4-barrel Holley 4150 carburetor that developed 335 horsepower at 4,800 RPM and 427 pound-force-feet of torque at 3,200 RPM, with a 10.5 to 1 compression ratio. As with the 1966 Comet Cyclone GT, the special 390 engine was only available in the 1966 Fairlane GT and GTA out of the entire Fairlane lineup. Notice that the hoods with the twin faux scoops on the cars shown in the sales catalog are different from the hood on the featured car in this video. Section C, page 6 of the Fairlane section of the 1966 Ford Carfax book provides information about the Fairlane GT and GTA two-door hardtop and convertible models. Section C, page 9 shows all of the paint color and interior trim combinations that were recommended and also available on the 1966 Fairlane lineup. The green highlighting in the shape of a reverse capital L shows the intersection of night mist blue paint, color code K, and a blue bucket seat interior, trim code 82, for a Fairlane GT. The subscript 2 beside the X in the corner intersection box of the L tells us that this car would have had white racing stripes, which matches perfectly with the featured car. The 66 Ford Color and Trim Selections book contains samples of the paint colors, interior trims, vinyl roofs, and convertible tops for the 1966 Fairlane, Falcon, Ford, Mustang, and Thunderbird lineups. This is the Night Mist Blue, color code K, paint sample from the 66 Ford Color and Trim Selections book. Page 10 shows that Night Mist Blue could be paired with trim codes 82, which is blue all-vinyl bucket seats, 86, which is black all-vinyl bucket seats, and B2, which is parchment all-vinyl bucket seats with blue appointments. The feature car has a blue bucket seat interior, so that is trim code 82, as highlighted here on page 11. Based on all the information covered so far, the 1966 Fairlane GT two-door hardtop 427 test mule with tag number 13M-353 has the following VIN and production data. VIN 6H40S102301, body 63D, color K, trim 82, date unknown, DSO unknown, axle unknown, and trans 5. The VIN of 6H40S102301 decodes as follows. 6 is the model year code, which is 1966. H is the build plant code, which is the Lorain assembly plant in Lorain, Ohio. 40 is the body serial code, which is a Ford Fairlane GT or GTA two-door hardtop with front bucket seats, and is one of 33,015 produced during the 1966 model year. S is the engine code, which is a 390 Thunderbird Special V8, a 390 cubic inch engine with a Holley 4150 4-barrel carburetor that developed 335 horsepower at 4,800 RPM and 427 pound-force-feet of torque at 3,200 RPM with a 10.5 to 1 compression ratio. 102301 is the consecutive unit number, or CUN, which is the 2,301st Ford car scheduled to be built at the Lorain assembly plant during the 1966 model year, where Job 1 was CUN 100001. The production data of 63D K82 ? 5 decode as follows. Body 63D is the body style code, which is a Ford Fairlane GT or GTA two-door hardtop with front bucket seats, and is one of 33,015 produced during the 1966 model year. Color K is the exterior paint color code, which is Night Mist Blue, a dark blue metallic color, FoMoCo mix code number 1903-A. Trim 82 is the interior trim color, material, and front seat style code, which is medium blue rosette grain vinyl cushion inserts and medium blue crinkle grain vinyl cushions, bolsters, and back, bucket seats. The scheduled build date code is unknown, though based on the low CUN of 102301 was likely sometime in late August or early September 1965. The DSO code is also unknown, but is likely 89 for FoMoCo's Transportation Services Department. The axle code is unknown. Trans code 5 is the transmission type and shift location code, which is a top-loader 4-speed manual console shift. Thank you for watching video number 21. I hope you enjoyed learning all about this 1966 Ford Fairlane GT two-door hardtop 427 test mule. Please be sure to check out videos number 1 through 20 on my channel for more interesting FoMoCo related content. Please like, comment, and be sure to subscribe. There are lots more videos coming, so subscribe and be notified as I release each new video. If you have any questions or if you have a suggestion for a future video topic, please feel free to email me at adrian.clements@me.com. Yours in Old FoMoCo iron, Adrian.